Israel faces unprecedented international isolation. Less than 2 years ago, the State of Israel had brought global support after the October 7th, 2023 Hamas attack. Today, however, that support has faded. The Gaza Strip is nearly destroyed. Thousands of civilians have died. Humanitarian aid has been weaponized, and Israel is being investigated for possible acts of genocide. Former allies are now supporting the recognition of Palestine. Stay with us. We'll be covering this in a biblical perspective on nations rising against Israel in the end times. Welcome, Zvi, and welcome, Matt, to a new news segment about Israel, the world, Middle East, and what's going on today. Now, Matt, great to have you with us today.
Thank you, Harold.
Absolutely. This article mentions growing international isolation. What factors do you think are contributing most to this statement? What do you think?
Well, a lot of the reporting regarding the devastation that's going on in Gaza, reporting about humanitarian crises, investigations of genocide allegations, all this stuff is alienating Israel's former allies and creating more support for you're seeing a lot of nations come out now. I think there's 9, with the latest being Australia, where they're going to go to the UN in September and push for a Palestinian state.
I was going to ask you for that. Which countries do you know? You mentioned 9. Can you tell us some of those 9 countries?
I know for sure Canada and Australia are definitely amongst 2 of them. I don't remember any of the others off the top of my head, but I remember the number being 9.
Okay. I understand that some of them are from Europe. I think
Yeah.
France is now
Yeah,
turning.
France. That's right. Macron.
In Germany, right, as well. They
Yeah.
actually stopped sending some military weapons.
They did. Yeah,
to
Germany
Israel.
did stop supporting Israel with weapons. That is correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I also understand, and I like to add Zvi to this discussion. Zvi, I understand that the public opinion is shifting in major Western countries, including the U.S., regarding Israel's actions. Is that so?
Yes, and I want to share here this article that from the week that cites a Gallup poll where it says that public opinion in support of Israel went down in the last 2 years from 50 to 32%. Yes, citing this article, the LA Times journalist that calls Israel transformation from David to Goliath, from righteous to wrathful. That he attributes that to the tarnishing of the reputation with U.S. public opinion. I think a lot of that, and it has to do. You can see in the media as well some main voices. Yes, in media, some people that probably follow this channel and follow, some of the biggest podcasts out there. Some names come like Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, that are really big, and they are decisively against Israel or against the military actions that Israel has been taking. The support going from 50 to 32%. This tracks from the end of 2023. That this is the aftermath of October 7th. So that means half of America, or the US rather, supported military actions from Israel after October 7th. But let's remember, Joe Biden was in power back then, and unlike Donald Trump, they were kind of like trying to hold the arm of Netanyahu, yeah, to go on full swing. So I think this played a big role. Kind of like the military incursion delayed a long time, and this is never a good thing for civilians living in a war zone, especially the with the highest density of population on planet Earth. So this became a humanitarian problem that nations and people around the world took note. And then until Trump came into office, that it was only this year, and then he was like, "Okay, Bibi, you can do whatever you want." And already public support, public opinion was not there for Israel. So now they're kind of like going against the stream.
I hear you. I see where you're coming from. Now, at this moment, I like to ask our audience, because I really wonder if, some of the people that follow this podcast or follow the ministry, I like to know their opinion, their perspective on this. Are you against what Israel is doing right now in terms of Gaza and the occupation and all of this? And also, Matt, I have another question for you. Many believers believe that nations rising against Israel is a sign of the end times, right?
Correct. Let me read to you Zechariah chapter 12, verses 2 and 3. And this is the Legacy Standard Bible version of these two verses. It says, "Behold, I am going to make Jerusalem a cup that causes reeling to all the peoples all around. Now, the one in siege against Jerusalem will also be against Judah. But it will be in that day that I will make Jerusalem a heavy stone for all the peoples. All who heave it up will be severely injured, and all the nations of the earth will be gathered against it." So when we see falling support, as Zvi mentioned in the article, these two verses really come to mind. So
Now, this
Zechariah
may
14 also. Sorry, just to
right.
add to that, Harold, that I have it open
Yes.
here as
Go
well.
ahead. Mhm.
I will gather all the nations to Jerusalem to fight against it. The city will be captured, the houses ransacked, and the women raped. Half of the city will go into exile, but the rest of the people will not be taken from the city. Then Yah will go out and fight against those nations as he fights on a day of battle.
Okay. Now, I was going to say this may look bad for the people who love Israel and the people of Israel and the Jews and all that. But in reality, this may be part of a prophetic fulfillment of this prophecy. I mean, it may we may not be in the end times like right now, because we understand that there are some other things that need to be fulfilled. However, this could be a scenario or a rehearsal of things that may be happening before the coming of the Messiah. Would you agree with that, Matt? Is that something that you agree with?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Now, are there? I know some interpret the current events as pointing to the coming of the Messiah, like we were saying. Now, do you remember some other factors or elements that need to take place before the coming of Yeshua, the Messiah?
Oh yeah. I mean, as Michael teaches, there are. This is ultimately there's a big war coming. Michael calls it the Zechariah's thermonuclear war. So eventually, what we're going to see, and this also is kind of confirmed through verses like Isaiah 17 talks about Damascus being completely destroyed. A thermonuclear war is eventually going to come across the Middle East that will definitely affect Israel. And then Michael also, if you ever get his calendar, on the very last page of his calendar, he has a timeline of what's called the last Shavua, talking about the events leading from the confirmation of the covenant, which comes in the wake of Zechariah's thermonuclear war, all the way to Yeshua's return, including the abomination of desolation, time of Jacob's trouble, great tribulation, all that stuff. Also, Michael's book, Mystery of Iniquity, has it's subtitled "The Prerequisites to the Return of the Messiah." So that's something I suggest our viewers take a look at.
And they can order that book through our Rood store, right? That's
Correct. Yep.
rootstore.com.
Correct.
I believe. Okay.
Yep.
So that book is also available for our audience right there. And well, that's a very interesting information that you share with us, Matt and Zvi. And before we conclude this today's segment, I like to give Zvi the opportunity to thank new YouTube members. Is that right, Zvi? Maybe we can go to.
Actually, yeah, a lot of people have been joining the memberships. We invited them and gave a shout out because we have some exclusive content going out periodically now. And so just wanted to pull up here some names that we can personally give a shout out to. Crayonta West, Ruth 45, Isaac Torres, Avia Nathan, Javier Dentition, Finn Chao, Joseph Lindsay, Michael, Jason Osler, and Jam Cass are some of the latest members. It looks like it was very active, the membership on YouTube. So big thank you to everyone, and we will continue to upload exclusive content there as well. So that's a great way to support the channel and what we're doing here.
That's right. This is another way to support the ministry as well. And many people didn't know about this option, so that's the reason why we started announcing it during these programs. Well, Matthew and Zvi, thank you so much for all the insights that you guys share with us today. Hopefully, we will see you on our next news segment. Shalom to you all.
Shalom.